Assalamu alaikum. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am Nana Firdaus, and on today's tutorial, I'll be showing you how to cut and sew this beautiful abaya. Without further ado, let's get started. For this style, you'll be needing half yard of a fabric that you can match with the main fabric. Then you need your lace material. I prefer to cut out my lace design from a lace material rather than buying lace trimmings because it is cost effective that way. So this is what I have. Then for the main fabric, I'll be using 3 trouser lengths or 4 yards of the main crepe material. So I'll start by cutting the back part of the abaya by folding my fabric into 2 this way, and the measurement I'll use for cutting the back part will be half of my shoulder measurement, which is 8 inches, and my sleeve length minus 8 inches. The 8 inches will be the length of the lace cutout I'll be using for the sleeves, which is 8 inches. That's my sleeve length 22 inches minus that 8 inches. So half of my sleeve length 8 inches plus 14 inches will give me 22 inches plus half an inch sewing allowance, which will be 22.5 inches. So I'll measure that on my folded fabric. After getting that, I'll start by imputing half of my shoulder measurement, which is 8 inches, from the folded edge. Then from the 8-inch mark, I'm going to measure my sleeve length, which is 14 inches. From the 14-inch mark, I'll come down by 13 inches, which is going to be my sleeve width, the wideness of my sleeves, which will be 13 inches. I want my abaya to be a bit wide, so I'll be using 18 inches for the abaya width. Then I'll connect it together. Then I'll move to the neckline. Because it is the back part, I'll be using 3 inches for the neck width and 1 inch for the neck depth. So I'll connect the 1 inch mark to the 3-inch mark. For the gown length, you will have your gown length plus 2 inches, which is the sewing and hemming allowance. The length I'll be using is 56 inches plus 2 inches, that's 58 inches. Then I'll cut everything out this way. I'm pinning the midpoint of my back part because I'll need it when I want to place the lace cutout on the back of the abaya. So I just added pins all through the midpoint. For the front part, I'm going to fold my fabric into 2 the same way I did for the back part. Then I'll place my back panel on the folded fabric this way, and I'll cut it out. I'll trace all the cutouts on it, the neckline down to the sleeve width, down to my gown length this way. So after that, for the neck depth of my front panel, I'm going to come down by 11 inches. Then from the folded part, I will come in by 1 inch. I will link my neck width, which is 3 inches, to the neck depth, which is 11 inches this way. Then I'm going to cut out 1 inch from the folded edge downwards this way, which is where I'm going to be placing the band. So you take your measurements from the neck length down, multiplied by 2, which is giving me 116 inches. Then you take your back neckline, so mine is 4 inches, multiplied by 2, which is 8 inches. So you are going to use this measurement to cut out your band. Then you add your front measurement plus the back. So I'll fold my fabric into 4 this way. Then the width of my band is going to be 4 inches. So what I'll be cutting will be 132 inches by 4 inches. Since I won't be able to cut 132 inches at a stretch on my fabric, I'm going to cut it out, then join it together to give me 132 inches by 4 inches. So for the lace cutout, I'm going to trace out the design on the lace for both the back part and my sleeves. So this is how I'm going to trace it out for the lace. This is the pattern I want to trace out for the back panel. After cutting your lace design out, you place your back panel with the right side facing you. Then you are going to place your lace on it this way with the right side also facing you. That means the wrong side of the lace will be placed on the right side of your fabric. You align it very well using the pins I added in the midpoint as a guide. Then you pin your pattern on your main fabric. So for the sleeves, remember your sleeve width is 13 inches times 2, which is 26 inches. The length of your sleeve is 8 inches plus 1 inch hemming allowance, which is going to give you 9 inches. Then you add half inch sewing allowance where you'll be joining the sleeves to the main abaya body. So that will be 9.5. So you measure, I'm just trimming out the rough edges this way. Then for my sleeve length, it will be 9.5 inches like I explained earlier. And the sleeve width will be 13 inches, that is 26 inches on a fold. Now to the sewing aspect, I joined all my band strips together this way to give me 132 inches long and 4 inches wide. So I'll first sew my lace trimming to the back panel first. Be careful with the pin so you don't sew on it. After sewing your lace trimming to your back panel, you fold it into 2 this way along the neckline, then you trace the neckline out, the back neckline out this way. Once you are through with the trimming, we are going to join the front and back pieces together. So you make sure the front and back pieces are facing each other, right, with the right sides facing each other this way. You align the necklines down to the sleeve part, then you join it. You do so for both sides. Once you are done with joining the front and back panel together, we are going to move on to the sleeves. So you hem along your 26 inches this way. After hemming both sleeves, you place your sleeves with the right side facing you, then you place your lace cutout for the sleeves with the wrong side facing the right side of the fabric. So the right side of the lace will be facing up. You align it properly this way, then you sew along the hem that you made earlier. You do so for both sleeves. Once you are done with that, you open up your main abaya body up this way so that I'll be able to join the abaya sleeves to the main abaya body. You fold your sleeves into 2. I advise you trim out the excesses on a plain table, not on your fabric, so you don't mistakenly cut your abaya piece. So after trimming the excesses out, you notch the midpoint. So you'll be placing the midpoint on the seam this way, which is the midpoint. Then you align your fabrics properly and you join your sleeves to the main abaya body. You will repeat the same thing for the other side too. Fold it into 2, trim off the excesses, notch the midpoint, then you place it on the seam, then you join it. After that, you pick a side, then fold your sleeves into 2 this way. And I want my sleeve width to be 11 inches. So you measure 11 inches. Then you join from your sleeves down to the main hijab body. And you repeat the same thing for the other side too. Now it is time to join your band to your abaya. You fold your back neckline into 2 this way, then you notch the midpoint. Then you open it up this way. For the band, you are going to fold it into 2 equal parts, then you notch the midpoint. After notching it, you fold it into 2 with the wrong sides facing each other. Then you place the notch point on the notch point you made on your back neckline. Then you sew from there downward for one side and you do the same thing for the other side too. So after joining the band to your main abaya body, you weave the rough edges and lay your abaya out this way. So you measure the 11 inches you marked earlier, you measure it again this way. Then you'll be placing the band on the right side of your abaya on the left side this way. Then you pin it. You start pinning it from that 11 inches that you marked from the shoulder point downwards. So that is how you are going to join it down. So you carefully join your bands together. But if you want your abaya to be like a kimono piece, then you don't need to join it this way. You just have to make an inner for it. So after that, this is me showing you where you'll be attaching your press button. From the folded edge of your sleeves, you mark 4 inches downwards and you'll be placing the press buttons there on both sides. So the last thing to do is to hem your gown. After hemming it, I went ahead to add cup chain to the band area to make it more beautiful, and your abaya is ready. This is the final look of the abaya. Don't forget to send pictures of your own recreations to me via any of my social media handles. If you found this tutorial video helpful, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel. If you have any questions, suggestions, or tips you would like to share, kindly drop them in the comment section below. Have a great day, ma salam.